us, and I want to assure you that today's edition is going to be very fruitful. And today we are going to take a look at something that concerns everybody, and that's in the area of health. All of us are aware that Lassa fever is now in the state. In fact, somebody from Umaya had died as a result of that disease. And so my message this morning is that you don't have to panic. Be a good Abian. Make sure that your environment is clean. If you don't engage in sanitation, this is the time to do so. And please remember that others also have the right to live, and that means that wherever you find yourself, make sure that your environment is clean. In the markets, shops, everywhere. If you go to our markets, I want to tell you that you will certainly not like what you will see because of heaps of rubbish. But we should have a new approach to sanitation in the state. Let us respect our environment. That is the only way we can prevent the spread of Lassa fever in Abia. On that note, I want to once again welcome you to today's edition of the program, Words on Marble. Always bear in mind that our resolution to succeed is more important than any other one thing. Always bear in mind that our resolution to succeed is more important than any other one thing. Abraham Lincoln, former one-time US president, he is saying that our resolution, our determination to succeed in whatever we are doing is more important than any other thing, because all of us are aware that success has many brothers and sisters, while failure is like an orphan. And on your way to success is very, very bumpy. There are challenges, you must encounter problems. But whenever you encounter those challenges, why not see it as a stepping stone to your success? You have to get up and continue your journey. And when you have that resolution, when you have that determination, look, I am going to succeed, I want to tell you that you must certainly achieve that. And that determination to scale through is more important than any other thing. But you don't have to do it at all costs. You don't have to cheat people. You don't have to defraud people. You must be on the right path to achieve that success. So see your resolution to succeed as the most important thing in your life. And when you succeed, make sure that many people will smile when your name is mentioned. Help people, assist the needy. That is the only way you can give back to the society. On that note, we have come to the end of that short segment. At this point, I'm going to acquaint you with what is happening within the state and beyond the shores of the country, and that will be on our news segment. The federal government has directed the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, to reposition the broadcast industry by implementing measures that will create jobs, promote local content, boost the advert industry, and place the broadcast industry at par with the best practices from around the world. Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, who gave the directive on Thursday, said the order is in tune with the submission of the report of the committee which is set up to work out the modalities for implementing the recommendations approved by President Muhammadu Buhari to reposition the broadcast industry. He charged NBC to take the necessary measures to affect the implementation of the various provisions in the report. The minister said the directive will cover the provision for the regulation of the web and online TV radio, regulation of international broadcasters beaming signals into Nigeria, hate speech, human resource, and staff welfare. The federal government has approved a reconstitution of the new Board of Corporate Affairs Commission, with Mr. Ademola Seriki named as the board chairman. The government also named Garba Abubakar as the new Registrar General of the Commission with effect from 7 January 2020 for an initial period of 4 years. Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Adeni Adebayo, disclosed this while presenting the letter of appointment to the new Registrar General in his office in Abuja. The minister, according to a statement from the ministry, disclosed that the reconstitution of the board has put to rest the lingering leadership tussle facing the commission. He urged all directors and members of staff of the commission to give the new Registrar General their maximum support and cooperation so as to achieve the mandate of ease of doing business. President of the Christian Association of Nigeria, PAN, the Reverend Olasopo Ayokunle, has appealed to the federal government to rescue an official of the association adopted by Boko Haram insurgents. Lawan Adinimi, chairman of KAN in Michika local government area of Adamawa State, was kidnapped by the terrorists on Saturday. Adinimi was declared missing after a foiled attack by the terrorists on Michika by the insurgents. Ayokunle said that he has, however, seen a video clip showing Andimi in captivity and pleading for help. The camp president, who addressed the 65 General Assembly of the Teraya Ekisoyin Christi in Nigeria, also known as UCC in Nigeria, was held on Thursday at Hikam Church, Kaduna. He urged the federal government and security operatives to fast-track efforts aimed at rescuing the abducted KAN chairman. Following the verdict of the Supreme Court reaffirming the re-election of Governor Kezie Ikpeazu, the governor says he is poised to do more for the state in the years ahead. Governor Ikpeazu made the declaration during his victory speech at his country home, Umuobia. Nora Okafor reports.
Governor Kezie Ikpeazu commended the judiciary for reaffirming the mandate given to him by Abians at the polls and assured of better days ahead. The governor appreciated Abians and all stakeholders for their sustained faith in him despite the challenges and described his journey to the governorship position as treacherous. Dr. Ikpeazu recalled that a number of litigations were filed against him in his first term in office and described himself as the only governor in Nigeria that has remained on seat despite being removed twice. He called on Dr. Alex Oti and other oppositions in the state to bring their ideas that will enhance the development of the state to the table.
This mandate is not personal property. It's something which God ordained and the Abia people gave it to us freely. Alex Oti is an Abian, and now that it has come to this point, once again, I say to him, if he has anything whatsoever to contribute to the development of Abia, time is ripe now for him to make those contributions.
The candidate of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, Alex Oti, in the March 2019 governorship election in Abia, had approached the Apex Court to seek the nullification of elections in 15 local government areas of the state. He said elections in these 15 local governments were marred by irregularities occasioned by rigging, vote buying, and violence. But the Supreme Court, led by Justice Boderods, described the petition as a waste of the court's time and struck it out. Nora Okafor, MCL News.
Publicity Secretary Kola Olobodiyan on Wednesday in Abuja. Olobodiyan said that the ruling was an inevitable validation of the wishes and aspirations of the people as expressed in the March 2019 governorship elections in the various states. Olobodiyan urged the governors to continue in their qualitative governance, for which the people overwhelmingly re-elected them. He also advised the governors to continue in their commitment to programs that were geared towards empowering the people and reducing the level of poverty in the country. Meanwhile, the presidency has described the opposition People's Democratic Party (PDP) as the single biggest obstacle to good governance in the country. In a statement issued by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Malam Garba Shehu, the presidency advised the PDP to take another look at itself, ponder on why the Nigerian electorate has twice abandoned the party. The presidency was reacting to recent comments by the PDP, suggesting that President Buhari and the ruling All Progressive Congress are not in good terms. However, reacting to the comment by the PDP, the presidency in its statement noted that the main opposition party had lost focus and is now concerning itself with issues that are not in its place to contemplate about. Following the confirmation of the outbreak of Lassa fever in the state, a medical expert has sensitized the public on the need to be on alert on how to prevent themselves from the disease. Ruth Ohams has the detail.
Lassa fever was first discovered in 1969 from a case in the town of Lassa in Borno State. It is a zoonotic acute viral illness transmitted by rodents. Lassa hemorrhagic illness is spread by multi-mammoth rat. Speaking to MCL News, a medical practitioner, Dr. Ugochukwu Okoro, spoke on the symptoms which include fever, headaches, bleeding, among others. He also said the disease can be transmitted from rodents to humans and through contact with infected persons.
Lassa fever is a zoonotic disease, which means you can get it from eating an animal. The animal, known as Mastomys natalensis, belongs to the group of mouse known as multi-mammoth mouse, a kind of a rat. If this rat urinates on a gari or on any food or anything, either urinates or drop its own physics on those gari or food or anything you eat, that person will be infected.
On the prevention of the disease, Dr. Gochukwu had this to say.
You don't need to eat rat again. No matter how delicious or how big the rat might be, please don't see rat meat as delicious. If you have anybody that's having chronic disease or being diagnosed of Lassa, just run away from the person. Because if the body fluids touches on you, that person is infected. You don't allow refuge, all these refuse dumps, to be near your house. And that's why we're saying that government should try as much they could to make sure that they remove all the refuse that are near to the house or any place people are living, because from there they can breed so many rodents. There's treatment. It was first discovered in 1979 by a man known as Professor Joe, I think Markbrick. This man discovered a drug known as ribavirin. This ribavirin, you can give it as tablets, you can give it as injections, which if Lassa fever is diagnosed early and discovered early, and these drugs are given, you have a good prognosis.
According to the respondent, early prognosis and diagnosis is key in the treatment of patients with Lassa fever. He called on the government of Abia State to create a Lassa fever control office, which will see to the quick response and treatment of patients with Lassa fever. He also called on governmental and non-governmental organizations to organize orientation programs for the masses, workshops and training for medical personnel, as this will go a long way to eradicate the fever from the state. He also reiterated the importance of personal hygiene as the most efficient preventive measure against the disease. Ruth Ohams, MCL News.
The Enugu State Executive Council on Thursday awarded contracts for more infrastructural developments in the urban and rural areas worth over 1.1 billion naira. This is in furtherance of the state government's vigor in providing democracy dividends to the people of the state. It will recall that the state government in the last 2 months had awarded contracts for multiple projects worth over 6.3 billion naira, which are ongoing. Addressing newsmen after the meeting of the council, Commissioner of Information Chidi Aro disclosed that the council directed the head of service and the State Civil Service Commission to immediately commence the processes for the recruitment of middle level and senior level cadre staff. He said that the aim is to bring in sharp and fresh minds to strengthen the state's public service, which is the driving force for the implementation of government policies. On the road projects awarded for construction and rehabilitation, I will further disclose that the council granted approval for the construction of phase 3 of Amukwe Road in Udi local government area, starting from Udi station through Ibuzo Amukwe to Amukwe Station Road at the cost of over 3 million naira. US President Donald Trump said on Thursday he has suspicions about the crash of a Ukrainian airliner outside Tehran, as US media reported it had been mistakenly shot down by Iran. Unnamed officials told American media that Iranian air defense systems likely accidentally shot down the airliner on Wednesday, killing all the 176 people on board. Newsweek, CBS and CNN said that satellite rather than electronic data indicated the tragic error, which followed a ballistic missile barrage by Iran on 2 military bases in Iraq where US troops work. That tragic story brings us to the end of this segment of our program. We are going to take the first break of the show, and when we return, Good Morning Abia continues. Stay tuned.
One-stop breakfast show on TV.
The Ardis Hotel and Suites, 18 Ababa Road, Omohila, Abia State. Enjoy 50% off our rack rates with complimentary breakfast from 15 December 2019 to 15 January 2020. Features music with DJ Clean, spa at our Magic Touch Lounge, comedy clinic from Fridays to Sundays, special Address Pizza, fresh mocktails and cocktails, swimming pool party, games and lots more. 3rd January 2020 Family Brunch and Barbecue. Menu African and international delicacies at the pool arena, featuring gym and swimming available all day with an instructor. Use of Wi-Fi unlimited. Weekend getaways, shuttle available on request. Visit our Magic Touch Lounge, where we give the mother's touch a full body oil massage for massive relaxation and refreshing sensation. Facials, body polish, excellent cosmetics for a glowing and flawless skin, good for your skin type. Stretch mark, knuckles removal, body steaming, sauna baths, and skin treatment. We help pamper to give you that glowing, rejuvenated, youthful skin you admire with our professional skincare routine. Our spa and beauty services is simply the best in town. So when you think about quality, think of Magic Touch Beauty Spa and Cosmetics. For more inquiries, call 08100000895, 08100000896, or you can email us at reservations@addresshotelandsuitesaba.com. You can visit our website on www.addresshotelandsuitesaba.com. Media partners: MCL TV Aba, Magic 102.9 FM Aba. The Address Hotel and Suite, the pride of hospitality and tourism. You can now watch your favorite TV station, MCL TV, anywhere you are around the world by following the simple procedure. Step 1. Go to Play Store and download the Next TV app. Step 2. Look out for the Next TV logo. Step 3. Sign in with your email, Facebook, or Google account. Step 4. Click on Entertainment to view MCL TV ARC TV channel. Step 5. Swipe to find MCL TV ARC TV. Enjoy 24 hours entertainment at your comfort. You can follow us on all our social media handle on Twitter at twitter.com/@MCLTV Network, on YouTube at MCLTV YouTube/MCLTV Network, or Facebook web.facebook/MCLTVNetwork.com, or you can WhatsApp on the number 08033033356. For more information on MCL TV app, please call the MCL TV customer care number 07032980089, 08057222040, or 08037373985. MCL TV, the world in your home.
In the resurrection,
celebration of life, glorious transition of a believer extraordinaire. The Ngwaji family of Umatolo Awovu village, Enuguku in Anambra State, cordially invites you to the glorious homegoing of Elder Sir Gabriel Chinyere Ngwaji, KSA Wireless Text Commercial Company Limited, aged 88. Funeral arrangements 13 December 2019. Service of Psalms in the United States of America. Time 8:30 p.m. Venue: the Unique Event Center, 801W Victoria Street, Suite G, Carson, CA 90220. 15 January 2020. Commendation service. Time 11 a.m. Venue: St. Michael's Anglican Cathedral, Abia State. 16 January 2020. Night of Tribute. Time 4:30 p.m. Venue: His Country Home, Ngwaji Close, Umatolo Awovu Village, Enuguku, Anambra State. 17 January 2020. Lion State at His Country Home. Time 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Commendation service. Time 10 a.m. at St. Monica's Anglican Church, Umatolo Awovu, Enuguku, Anambra State. 18 January 2020, condolence visit continues with his in-laws, family, colleagues, among others. 19 January 2020, out in service at St. Monica's Anglican Church, Omatulu Awovu, Enugu, Anambra State. For inquiry and more information, call OK Nkwaje on 080-3595-7850 or 090-840-70730. May his gentle soul rest in perfect peace. Amen. Sign, OK Nkwaje.
Do not deface Abia State with posters. Do not defecate on our streets. Do not litter Abia State.
My brothers, I say wetin man go do for this world wey people no go talk. If you chop,
Do not urinate in public places.
you no chop, dem go talk. Wetin make you do for this world? I say make we go do the things wey we carry for heart. Na so one want am. Abi no be so?
Keep Abia State clean. This message is brought to you by MCL TV.
Welcome to MCL Customer Care Service Information. Please listen to the following instruction upon observation of any of the following on your television screen. Bad signal. Kindly check the positioning of your antenna or system wire connection. Initial card failure or card error. Please remove and bring your smart card to the office. Once your subscription or time expires, program rewrite or time expired will appear on the screen of the TV set. If you pay for the renewal of a subscription, please leave it on channel 7 for a couple of minutes. When there is a heavy thunderstorm, unplug power cord from the socket. For more inquiry, call Ozumi on 080-3737-3985 or Ihoma on 080-6382-0685. Or you can call the technical department 081-4018-1602 or visit our accredited agents around the state.
One-stop breakfast show on TV.
Chukwu na-enye karịa onye ọbụla. Chukwu na-enye karịa onye ọbụla. Ọ na-enye ka ndị ọrụ bekee na-eri ikpege n'ọnwa n'ọnwa. Ọ na-enye o, ọ na-enye o, ọ na-enye o.
Hello, my name is Buchi. Keep watching MCL TV and don't go away.
Aye, God has given you victory. Aye, He has given you victory. Aye, God has given you victory. Aye, He has given you victory. What's up, people? It's your boy E-Ben, ministering to God's children, and you're watching MCL TV. Don't touch that dial. Peace. I love you.
MCL, the world in your home.
breakfast show on TV.
Welcome back to Good Morning Abia. We are now in the press review segment, and on today's edition we are starting with the Daily Sun. The Daily Sun in its front page is talking about the agitation for Igbo presidency. Igbo quest for presidency not linked to Biafra agitation. This is coming from Ohaneze Ndibo. Igbo quest for presidency not linked to Biafra agitation, Ohaneze. That lead story is on page 9. Gas explosion, Ebonyi, Kaduna clamp down on illegal operators. The story is on page 8. Minimum wage, TUC gives January 31 deadline, begins mobilization. Why payments may delay in Enugu NLC. The story is on page 6. Fresh crisis brews in South Africa as Nigerians get eviction threat. Page 6. Southwest governors team up to tackle insecurity. Launch Amotekun pledge commitment to national unity. That's a story on security in the southwest zone of Nigeria is on page 39. There is a good news coming from Enugu, and that is in the area of road reconstruction and rehabilitation. Enugu awards 1.1 billion naira urban rural projects. Page 9. And the picture story we have on the front page of the Daily Sun is Vice President Professor Yemi Osibajo and his wife Dalabo being welcomed by Governor Emeka Ihedioha of Imo State at Sam Mbakwe International Airport. And there is also another picture story there which is below that of Ihedioha. There you see Prince Ned Nwoke, who happens to be the first Nigerian to visit South Pole. Gates Harden and Captain Hamish Harden holding Nigerian flag together in support of Prince Ned Nwoke's Foundation's Eradication of Malaria in Africa project. Federal government doing everything within the law to support foreign investors. Minister, page 37. Obaseki and his endorsement game. Obaseki and his endorsement game. Obaseki is the governor of Edo State, and the writer of this essay, which is on the back page of the Daily Sun, is Mike Egaga Jr. You will read it in his column, Public Forum, Obaseki and his endorsement game. On page 44 is another article entitled Zulum, a performing governor and his utterances. Zulum, a performing governor and his utterances. Dure Onabole is on page 47, and today Dure wrote an article entitled Once a General, Always a General. Away from the Daily Sun, the newspaper we are going to review this morning is The Nation. The Nation is talking about the war of wars between the incumbent governor of Imo State, Emeka Ihedioha, and immediate past governor, Rochas Okorocha. Okorocha dares Ihedioha to prove he diverted 6 billion naira. Allegation diversionary. Governor has failed. Okorocha dares Ihedioha to prove it diverted 6 billion naira. Labour gives January 31 deadline on new wage. Labour gives January 31 deadline on new wage. That story on the new national minimum wage starts from page 1 and continued on page 8. PDP is Nigeria's obstacle to good governance, says presidency. PDP is Nigeria's obstacle to good governance, says presidency. That story is on page 7. Above the masthead of the nation, Enugu awards 1.1 billion naira road contracts to recruit more workers. That heartwarming news is on page 42. Our ordeal at NIN offices by applicants, JAMB, come to CBT centers. ASU insists on no to payroll enrollment. Buhari teachers meet, page 7. Navy arrests suspected pirates in Delta State. That story is on page 4. DSS arrests 3 for attempting to defraud Ebonyi government of 3.6 billion naira. Go to page 8 and read that story. DPR sees 17 petrol gas stations in Rivers, page 6. Anambra South, Oba knows fate, January 17, page 6. The logic of democratic succession. The logic of democratic succession. That's the title of an article written by Shegun Gbadegesin, which is on the back page of The Nation. The logic of democratic succession. And on Ripples, which is the cartoon corner of The Nation, which is also at the back page. Police protest poor retirement pay. And Ripples reacted this way. Why protest? Money collected at checkpoints is enough retirement pay. And on Hardball, which is not the opinion of Shegun, there is an article there entitled Pointing the Finger on Hardball column. The last but not the least this morning is the New Telegraph. The New Telegraph is talking about the new national minimum wage of 30,000 naira. Workers' wage. Labour mobilizes against governors. TUC. Only 6 states paying 30,000 naira minimum salary, page 2. And look at what Labour is saying, and I quote, the Congress advises all state governments who have not complied with implementation and immediate payment of the 30,000 naira new minimum wage to commence negotiations and implementation on or before January 31. Otherwise, the state government should be responsible for the consequences of their failure. End of quote. Like I said earlier, that story is on the second page of the Telegraph. Iran mistakenly shot down Ukrainian jet. US, UK, Canada, page 36. Dangote diversifies wealth to invest in New York, London, page 4. Training. Someone lose on scheduled visit boosts teachers' morale. That story on education is on page 4. Customs generates 1.34 trillion naira, a sales target by 30.2%, page 5. Amotuku not alternative to police. This is coming from the governors of the Southwest. Akintoye, outfit won't break up Nigeria. Northern youths, it will, page 11. Above the masthead of the Telegraph, telecoms. Nigerians activate 10 million lines in 11 months. Inactive lines increased to 85.4 million. 9mobile loses 1.7 million subscribers. That story on telecom is on page 1 and it continued on page 5. Mom, it's time to move on. Mom, it's time to move on. That's the title of the article on the back page of the Telegraph. Michael West is the writer of this essay. and he calls it Michael West on Friday. Nigeria ready to host Women's AFCON. That sports story is on page 37. And at this point, we have come to the end of this segment of our show. We are going to take another break, and when we come back, the rest of Good Morning Abia continues. Stay tuned.
Stop breakfast show on TV.
You can now watch your favorite TV station, MCO TV, anywhere you are around the world by following the simple procedure. Step 1. Go to Play Store and download the Next TV app. Step 2. Look out for the Next TV logo. Step 3. Sign in with your email, Facebook, or Google account. Step 4. Click on Entertainment to view MCO TV ARC TV channel. Step 5. Swipe to find MCO TV ARC TV. Enjoy 24 hours entertainment at your comfort. You can follow us on all our social media handle on Twitter at twitter.com/@MCO TV Network, on YouTube at MCO TV YouTube/MCO TV Network, or Facebook web.facebook/MCO TV Network.com, or you can WhatsApp on the number 080-330-03356. For more information on MCO TV app, please call the MCO TV customer care number 070-329-80089, 080-5722-2040, or 080-3737-3985. MCO TV, the world is your home.
In the resurrection,
celebration of life, glorious transition of a liver extraordinaire. The Ngwaji family of Umatolo Awovu village, Enugu in Anambra State, cordially invites you to the glorious homegoing of Elder Sir Gabriel Chinyere Ngwaji, KSA Wireless Text Commercial Company Limited, aged 88. Funeral arrangements 13 December 2019, service of Psalms in the United States of America, time 8:30 p.m. Venue, the Unique Event Center, 801W Victoria Street, Suite G, Carson, CA 90220. 15 January 2020, Commendation Service, time 11 a.m. Venue, St. Michael's Anglican Cathedral, Abia State. 16 January 2020, Night of Tribute, time 4:30 p.m. Venue, his country home, Ngwaji Close, Umatolo Awovu Village, Enugu, Anambra State. 17 January 2020, Ryan State at his country home, time 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Commendation service, time 10 a.m. at St. Monica's Anglican Church, Umatolo Awovo, Enugu, Anambra State. 18 January 2020, condolence visit continues with his in-laws, family, colleagues, among others. 19 January 2020, after service at St. Monica's Anglican Church, Umatolo Awovo, Enugu, Anambra State. For inquiry and more information, call OK Nkwaje on 080-3595-7850 or 090-840-70730. May his gentle soul rest in perfect peace. Amen. Sign, OK Nkwaje.
Do not deface Abia State with posters. Do not defecate on our streets. Do not litter Abia State.
Brothers, I say what the man will do for this world, what people no go talk. If you talk,
Do not urinate in public places.
you no talk, they go talk. What you make you do for this world? I say, make we go do the things where we carry for heart. Now so one time. I be not been so.
Keep Abia State clean. This message is brought to you by MCL TV.
Welcome to MCL Customer Care Service Information. Please listen to the following instruction upon observation of any of the following on your television screen. Bad signal, kindly check the positioning of your antenna or system wire connection. Initial card failure or card error, please remove and bring your smart card to the office. Once your subscription or time expires, program rewrite or time expired will appear on the screen of the TV set. If you pay for the renewal of a subscription, please leave it on channel 7 for a couple of minutes. If there is a heavy thunderstorm, unplug power cord from the socket. For more inquiry, call Ozumi on 080-3737-3985 or Ihoma on 080-6382-0685. Or you can call the technical department 081-4018-1602 or visit our accredited agents around the state.
One-stop breakfast show on TV. One-stop breakfast show on TV.
Chukwu na-enye karịa onye ọbụla. Chukwu na-enye karịa onye ọbụla. Ọ na-enye ka ndị ọrụ bekee na-eri ikpege n'ọnwa n'ọnwa. Ọ na-enye o, ọ na-enye o, ọ na-enye o.
Hello, my name is Buchi. Keep watching MCL TV and don't go away.
Aye, God has given you victory. Aye, He has given you victory. Aye, God has given you victory. Aye, He has given you victory. What's up, people? It's your boy E-Ben, ministering to God's children, and you're watching MCL TV. Don't touch that dial. Peace. I love you.
MCL, the world in your home.
One-stop breakfast show on TV.
Do not deface Abia State with posters. Do not defecate on our streets. Do not litter Abia State.
My brothers, I say what man go do for this world where people no go talk. If you chop,
Do not urinate in public places.
you no chop, then go talk. What make you do for this world? I say make we go do the things where we carry for heart. Now so one time. I be my been so.
Keep Abia State clean. This message is brought to you by MCL TV.
One-stop breakfast show on TV. Show on TV.
Welcome back to the program. This is Good Morning Abia. We are now in the discussion segment, and today we are going to take a look at the outbreak of Lassa fever in the state. It is no longer news that a 28-year-old man from Avonko Olokro in Umarasa local government area died as a result of Lassa fever. And this morning we are privileged to have in our studio Dr. Okocha Onya, who is going to talk on the outbreak of this deadly disease in the state. Dr. Onya, thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you, and good morning, audience.
And before we proceed, I want us to watch this report. It's a briefing by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Health, Emole Ebulefu. He addressed journalists on this very important subject.
Addressing newsmen at the Ministry of Health, the Permanent Secretary, Emole Ebulefu, disclosed that a 28-year-old man from Avonko Olokoro in Umarasa South local government area was confirmed dead of the disease at the Federal Medical Center, Omaha. Ebulefu stated that the person died the same day he was brought to the hospital, which is on 1st of January 2020. He allayed fears of contracting the disease, which he said is neither airborne or waterborne, but only through personal contact with an infected person. The Ministry of Health Permanent Secretary explained that the disease is curable if detected within 48 hours. He further disclosed that the persons who came in contact with the illness person have also been placed under surveillance.
For this one that has happened, we've lost only one person who is the index patient at FMC, and all the contacts with this index patient have been identified. The primary contacts, those who treated the patient at one point or the other, have been placed on prophylaxis, whereas others that have contact with these primary contacts have also been placed on serious surveillance.
Ebulefu further advised those with fever to report to the hospital for any diagnosis and thanked the state government for its efforts at containing the disease. He assured Abians that there is no cause for alarm over the case, as the state government is on top of the situation.
The governor of Abia State, Victor Okizif, has a PhD, His Excellency, has given his full backing and support for the containment of this disease. And so there is no reason why anybody should doubt whether we could be capable of doing this or not. All our staff, even all those in the primary health care centers all over the state, have been enlightened, they have been trained.
The current outbreak is the fourth in the state since 1999. Mara Okafo, MC Aero News.
So much, Nora, for that very report. And that report, there you saw the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Health, Emole Ebulefu, addressing journalists on the outbreak of Lassa fever in the state. Now, Dr. Okocha, let us begin.
Okay.
Let us start by telling somebody who's watching this program what Lassa fever is all about. What is Lassa fever?
Okay. Thank you very much, Sams. Lassa fever is a communicable disease. It is one of the diseases man gets from contact with animals. So it's a zoonotic disease, zoo referring to animals. So man's activity, either in farming, either in grazing or tilling of the land, one way or the other will come in contact with it, even hunting. And the major animal here we're talking about, that is the reservoir here, is the bush rat. The bush rat that we see every time we hunt for them. And in fact, bush rat meat is a delicacy.
In some parts of
Nigeria, like Benue, like my own state, Ebonyi State, around the Abakaliki area, is an important meat. So we cannot do away with wild rat bushmeat. We can't do away with it.
Even as of now?
Even as of now, we eat it in my place in Ebonyi. So and that is why Ebonyi seems to be recording higher incidences of Lassa fever. Now, in the urine of these wild roberts, wild rats, in the urine, there is a virus there, a single-stranded RNA virus belonging to the, well, you don't need all that. But there is a virus that is in the urine of these rats, and if man now consumes it, or the rodent comes into our home, urinates on leftover foods, gari, rice, anything, bread, and we consume it, then we have now imbibed or taken in the virus. And the virus will now go a period of habilitation in our body, what we call incubation. And after that, the disease begins to manifest. So Lassa fever is a zoonotic disease we get from the animal, especially from the rat, wild rat, and essentially it is distributed by the rat's urine. That is Lassa fever.
Okay, thank you very much. Now
there's a historical perspective to it. Lassa is actually a village in northeast Nigeria. And that was where the first outbreak of Lassa fever was noted in two nurses who were actually working in northern Nigeria. They came down with this fever, bleeding, and so on. And there was no lab that could identify the type of microorganism that was causing this until they were flown out of the country. And then the Center for Disease Control in Atlanta got their samples. Some in UK also got their sample, and behold, there was a new kind of virus. And since it had not happened anywhere, and these viruses were contacted in the village Lassa in Nigeria, Oyibo man in his wisdom now decided to name it against the village, which is right here in Nigeria, I think Borno State, and called it Lassa fever. So Lassa is actually in Nigeria. So that is just a historical perspective.
Okay, that community has become popular for the wrong reason.
Yes, for the wrong reasons.
Okay, let us talk about the symptoms, because when somebody is sick, because of our poor health culture, we usually go to the patent medicine dealer to buy some drugs and consume. So in the case of Lassa fever, what are the symptoms to look out for?
This is where I volunteer to come for this program, because this is an enlightenment, call it a campaign, call it a seminar. This is an enlightenment for the public. Lassa fever has no clear, specific symptoms that you see and you say this is Lassa fever. No. Essentially, the first 1 week, one may be treating for malaria because it comes with fever, it comes with sore throat, and after that it comes with abdominal pain, muscle pains, just typical malaria symptoms. So the tendency is that one may even be treating for malaria. The only thing is that you have treated this malaria for 5 days, well, ordinarily if you give malaria the great treatment in 72 hours, that's 3 days, it should be going down, not going up. In the case of Lassa, that is where you begin to have suspicion. After 3 days, 5 days, the fever rather than come down is still going up. In fact, more complications like vomiting blood, passing bloody diarrhea even begins to encroach. And if you don't intervene, you can even go into seizures. Like somebody like Abia, you just keep having seizures and all that. So the tendency again is okay, it's not actually malaria, let me treat for typhoid. And then you are wasting precious time. It is only when the kidneys, the complications begin to come, the kidneys begin to pack up, the person begins to go into coma, and the person is rolling all over, having seizures, that will raise suspicion. So, to answer your question, the national guideline for Lassa fever have grouped patient symptoms into 5 groups, 4 groups: the early stage, middle age, late stage, and complicated stages. In the early period of the infection, I must say now that Lassa fever actually is milder than Ebola. But having said that, it's a lesser evil. They are all evil. They are all killers. Lassa fever has a maximum period of only 21 days, after which it begins to come down. If you manage to survive, you survive with complication. It always leaves a mark if you manage to survive, one of which is deafness. Even if it is mild type of Lassa fever, it will always give you a permanent stamp in your ear. You may not hear. In fact, sometimes you may not hear at all. Deafness is a permanent complication of Lassa fever. So 80% of the time, people who are infected show no sign, and that is what the national guideline refers to as the asymptomatic stage. There is no symptom at all in 80%. So all these worries we have is only for 20%. But again, statistically, 20% is significant. And that is why government, private organizations, NGOs are talking about it. 20% is significant. But otherwise, 80% of those who have Lassa fever don't show no sign. Now, for the 20% that may eventually show sign, they begin with fever. And the fever usually does not, like I say, is a milder evil, does not usually rise to more than 29, can go to 40. Most of the time it's around 38%, And then you begin to have headache, you begin to have sore throat, and as the disease progresses, you begin to have spontaneous bleeding from everywhere. In fact, that is why it is called hemorrhagic fever. That is another name for Lassa fever. Yes. Hemorrhagic fever, because it causes hemorrhage spontaneously, not because you cut yourself or anything. You may just want to go and brush your mouth in the morning. Bleeding starts. Sometimes you want to go to the toilet, all you see is blood everywhere. It has invaded the intestine and everywhere. So it's a hemorrhagic fever. Eventually, if it gets to the brain, you begin to have encephalopathy. That is, you begin to have seizures. Begin to enter into coma. And if it goes to the spine, meningitis could follow. Signs of meningism will follow, meningitis, and so on and so forth. So these are the very serious symptoms. And if the adequate care is not taken, it invades the liver, it invades the kidney, and the kidney may pack up, and ultimately that may lead to death. Now, during the late stages, that is one of the ones that most people, you see in the pictures of patients with Lassa fever. In the late stages, they begin to have neck fullness, face fullness. The face is puffy, like as if it has been pumped with air. That is the typical picture you normally see. Those are the late stages. Otherwise, like I said, 80% may have it without really knowing. But if you have it and you have been treating fever for more than 72 hours, 72 hours, that's 3 days. That is what the national guideline on Lassa fever management says. Any fever you have managed, fever of unknown origin, fever you have treated, you cannot say this is managed, and it continues. Please go to the nearest center and have a doctor take a comprehensive history from you. It may be Lassa fever.
Okay, Doc, let us talk about hand washing. Good. Don't you think that hand washing has become important at this stage?
Yes, that's one of the policy guidelines from the document, the national guideline on Lassa fever. There is should I say, overemphasis on the hand washing. But there is nothing like overemphasis. You can never overemphasize hand washing. In fact, there is what the WHO calls the 5 cycles of hand washing. before you have contact with anybody, after having contact with anybody, we have from the toilet, from the kitchen, and maybe from fan or walk. These are the 5 cycles. You must continually wash your hand, and you spend not less than 3 minutes with a detergent soap. Not less than 3 minutes, and it has to be running water. But we don't have running taps. The taps are dry, but because when you collect water in a bowl, what you are trying to wash away is still what you are. So that's the reason what is wrong with washing your hand within a bowl. Okay. But if you are washing it and the thing is running away, you are not in any way circulating it again. But once you are just watching, you are what you are watching is what you are circulating again. So that is why it's normally better to watch with running water. But since that is not available, let us manage with the blue container and wash our hand. But we cannot overemphasize hand washing. Minimum 3 minutes.
Okay. Let us talk about the mode of transmission.
Yes.
How can it be transmitted from one person to another?
That's a very important question. The national guidelines have specified that we should be careful with certain people. People who are returning from high endemic zones. When we talk of endemic zones, the whole of West Africa actually, up to Ivory Coast, Ghana, Cameroon, Niger, we are all at risk. But what we mean by endemic areas, say from Nigeria, somebody returning from the Ebonyi North, from there you should be. Yes, it's our tradition to welcome everybody, but you should be careful.
Yes.
As soon as you have your handshake, please go and wash your hands. So be careful with those coming or going from endemic area. That is 1. 2, anytime, and that is why we cannot overemphasize hand washing. Anytime you have had contact with people, you've shaked hand, you've done this, because there is nobody I will tell you I'm just returning from here and not returning from. Please go to the nearest place, wash your hands. We cannot overemphasize it. Then of course, if somebody is having fever, and that is the one the news media will carry all the time, avoid contact with fluid or body secretions of somebody who is already suffering. Anytime you have contact with somebody who has fever and has been treating fever for 3 days, the fever is not going, please.
That person is a suspect.
Once the person has been treating this fever and the fever continues, after 3 days, please, that person remains a suspect until proven otherwise. You must go and wash your hand thoroughly with soap. That is the only way you can avoid these contacts that the news media avoid contact with people who have it. The only way you know who has been somebody that has been running fever for more than 3 days and the fever is continuing. Avoid anything body contact with the fluid, anything with the person. If mistakenly you have done that, please go and wash your hand and wash it and wash it. See this our index case now in Omaya. You see, not less than 30 persons have been quarantined.
Yes.
These are people that had contact, so that's what we are saying. So at the time they were greeting this person, nobody knew it was Lassa. But what all of them knew is that he had fever. And this fever has been more than 3 days. So people were coming, as name were admitted, you were admitted, oh good, this, that. Nobody knew until when it became late and the patient died. So any person that has fever has been under treatment or treating himself in a patent medicine store, chemist and all that. And after 3 days the fever is not, that is certainly not malaria. And if you have contact with such a person, please go and in fact go and bath, not just wash your hands. Just go and scrub yourself. That's what I'm saying. So then of course, more importantly, talking about how to make sure we don't have. Let us clear our bushes, because the primary source, remember, the primary source is not really the human being who has contacted it.
Yes.
You yourself, or me, or James, could even be the primary contact. Here in Abia, we see refuse heaps. Tell me what is living there. Rodents, rats, big giant rats, the one we call a coon. Okay, and you know, they are all living there. What do they do by now? They rush into our rooms. In the morning, they disappear into those refuse heaps. In the evening, they come back. Peradventure, mistakenly, they urinate in any of our leftover food, gari, whatever. So, talking about primary mistake, we should actually keep our compounds clean. Make sure that all our foods, this paint, the bucket, we can use it as food preservers. Put your garri into those buckets of paint and push it, close it. No rats will ever have contact to it. The bread, we can put them in our refrigerators and lock it. Let's use Belgian rats that will perforate the food they are inside. But let us learn to protect our food away from these rats. I know the economy is hard. If you wake up in the morning and the yam you have, you divided the yam into two yesterday, and the other half you see that the rat has kind of nibbled it. It's better you told that I know economy is hard. Or the same thing with the bread. Okay, you feel some slices of bread, you wake up in the morning before you see funny movements showing that there was a visit from rat. It's better. That's the way I look at it. To away that slices of bread, it's better you go hungry than to get Lassa fever. So let us learn to keep our environments clean. Let us learn to protect the food we have so that rats does not, even if the rat visits our home, because they must visit, but let them not have access to our food. That way, I think we can have done the primary prevention. The one of secondary prevention is now somebody has fever and you are in contact with such a person. That one, please go and scrub yourself, not just hand washing. Scrub yourself and don't go there again until you hear that the person is getting better, especially the person that had the fever for more than 3 days. The tertiary level of prevention is what we are doing. The government must continue to educate the public. That will be the tertiary level of prevention. How do you prevent Lassa fever? Public education everywhere. Jingles, protect your food, keep your environment clean. The ASEPA has a lot of work to do here. All these refuse heaps everywhere that has become room for wild rats and so on. ASEPA should help us clear them. Let us have a clean environment. Then I think there are things government used to do in the past. Fumigation and all that against snakes, against rats and so on. Let us eliminate rats from our environment. And that will really help us to prevent Lassa fever. When it happened the other time, we were like, it doesn't concern us. But now it has. It is now in our doorsteps. And we are talking of the young man that died. We are forgotten that my colleague, the doctor that was treating the guy, died. So people are only thinking he's only about the 28-year-old guy. No, people are only thinking he's a 28-year-old guy that died. The doctor, my colleague at FMC Umaya, died. So these are the crises we are talking about. The doctor died. So this is what we are saying. Okay, so we must continue to keep our environment clean.
Okay, Doc, I want you to talk more about keeping our environment clean. All of us are aware that we don't have the threat from environment. And on the last day, on the last Saturday of every month, the environmental sanitation takes place. But here in Abia, especially in Abia, it is used for watching home movies and playing football. What can you say about it?
What I can say is just to align myself with government, to continue to plead with Abia indigenes. The way we pour refuse into the gutters, the way we block the waterways with our refuse, the way we careless. Even in our backyard, we convert them into refuse dumps. There is no government have provided pits where you can dump your refuse. Then ASAPA will come and collect them. But we don't do it. We don't obey it. Government have said put all your debt in the black. I think they say 50 naira.
That should be 50 naira.
Pack them there so that when they come, it becomes easy to pick it up. Well, we will not do it. And we end up here training, fertilizing rats. If you see these rats, they are as big as anything.
They are very big.
I'm telling you. And then we're talking of prevention. So now it occurred to me. Those of us who are traveling along the highways and we see these roasted bushmeat. Please, it is in the national guideline. It is in this document. Don't eat meat you don't know how it is prepared, especially along the highway. All these wait, let me buy an inch. In the end, most people that say I want it don't even know an inch when they miss you. All they know is that it is a bushmeat. Please be careful how you buy and take the bushmeat. Some of them are not really bushmeat, so to say. These are rats, giant rats, wild rats that may have been killed. So the national guideline will say, please don't eat. Back to the environment thing. I think government also should take up advert spaces in TVs, in radios, to continue. There's one you people do, MC, I must commend you people.
Yes.
Somebody, kind of animation, is an animated, very good. Somebody will just carry his refuse into the gutter. The other one runs to go and urinate. And the other one is pasting paper, defacing Abia. Very good advert. I think government should borrow from that. Get a lot more adverts on the listing. Because once you keep on bombarding the people with those kind of clear missing information, very soon they buy into it. They begin to collect their refuses into those bags, and it becomes easy for even a saver. But once it is once in a while, you just tell people, oh, be careful how it will work. It has to be a bombardment. It has to be as if a kind of war has been declared on keep your environment clean. And I think government should actually, now that Lassa is here with us, it is no more a child's play. Government should declare war on environment, keep your environment clean. I think that's what we need to do actually. Let there be a war. Every place. Then all these, people, they will just turn all the pipes onto the main road.
They're sewage pipes.
Sewage, toilet, bedroom, kitchen. My God. So how are we gonna get our environment clear in that instant? But we can start somewhere. Declare a law that every compound must be clean. Where are our old sanitary inspectors?
To lie.
If they are no more there, I hear of environmental health personnel. Yeah, so if the sanitary inspector are gone, let's use our environmental health inspectors and still do it. Go from house to house, declare war, not just once every last Saturday. It doesn't make any meaning. And like you said, once every Saturday, everybody is either watching TV. If you come to Akibo Road, you see boys. They are playing ball instead of clearing their environment and making it clean. They are doing monkey post and playing ball on Akibo Road. Every day, every sanitation. So I think that there has to be a coordinated war that will get to the people's mind that yes, Lassa is here, and the experts are saying the only way is to keep the environment clean, wash your hand regularly, especially if you have been in contact with somebody who has fever. These are the primary and secondary level. The tertiary level is what we are doing, educating the public.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Okocha. At this point, we are going to take a break, and when we come back, we will continue with the discussion on the outbreak of Lassa fever in Abia State. Stay tuned.
non-stop breakfast show on TV.
Welcome back to the program. This is Good Morning Abia. We are still in the discussion segment, and on today's edition of the program we are discussing the outbreak of Lassa fever in Abia State, and my guest is Dr. Okocha Onya. Now, Dr. Okocha, before we go to treatment, I want you to talk about soaking of garri in our various homes. I like it myself.
It has no relationship actually with Lassa fever. The only relationship is in the same way that bread, rice, and the rest of them. If you leave your garri uncovered, then when the rice come, they will play with it. They will play with it and urinate on it. So if you soak that kind of garri, you are done. So it's the same general principles. Protect your food. We cannot begin to isolate each one of them, but it's the same principle.
But don't you think that as of now that some people should avoid soaking of garri as of now? Especially you are not sure of the source of that garri.
No, I wouldn't, because we all listening to the permanent secretary. He was saying there is no panic. Let us not go and panic members of the public by telling them not to soak garri again. Yeah, so no. No, he hasn't gotten to that level, and I think if you listen, he's been content. Even with us here at the level of the teaching hospital, what the permanent secretary said was correct. There is a red alert everywhere. At the level of the teaching hospital, and even at the general hospital, equipments are on ground. What we call personal protective equipments. They are there for all categories. That is where the ordinary man, you see them on TV, you say they are kitted up.
Yes.
That's what we mean by personal protective equipment. And they come in categories. The one that the direct doctor who is managing the patient will wear is a lot more fortified than the one the other healthcare workers who will just come and carry the personal this thing and go away. But everybody in the end is well kitted. So then the drugs are available.
Okay, the drugs are available.
The drugs are available. So when the permanent secretary said that we are ready, we are ready indeed. So I wouldn't want you to begin to panic the members of the public by saying they should stop drinking garri now. No, you might as well ask them to stop eating bread and please go about your normal life. But what we are preaching is that hand washing, personal hygiene, environmental cleanliness. Make sure that these rights don't get to us. And then be careful who you shake hand with. And if you have been to a hospital or your friend is passing by and say, I've been having fever, this fever doesn't want to go, please be careful with such a person, but be cheerful with him, and as soon as possible go and wash your hand or even bath, as I said before.
Okay, I want to announce that we have already opened our telephone line so that you can be part of this interesting conversation. I want you to call us to ask any question you feel that is necessary or make a contribution. Now, Doc, let us talk about treatment. How can it be treated?
Okay, first, there has to be confirmation. There is a little politics going on between the Ministry of Health and the Federal Medical Center, and then good news for Abians, the Nigerian Center for Disease Control. They have been here already 2 days ago.
Okay.
Mahia. So that's why I say don't panic the members of the public. They are already here. The members of the CDC, Center for Disease Control, they are here with everything that we need, both for diagnosis and everything. And they are being mopped up, especially the 30 persons I told you that are under surveillance now. And it should have been increased because the 30 I'm talking about is at 2 days ago. The number of people, because there is a red alert, if you know they have been in contact with either the doctor that have died or the patient himself, please come. So it could have been, the number of people in quarantine could have been more than 30. So all the things needed are here with us.
Okay, doctor, we have a caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us, madam. Please tell us your location and your name. Okay, you are calling from Omohi area of Abia. Okay, go ahead and ask your question. Hello? Okay. Hello? Okay, I heard her a little. She talked about prevention, that people should buy the idea of cleaning any drink that is in can, that wraps.
Can have access.
Yes, yes.
That is true.
Yes.
That is true, and that's what we're talking about. General cleanliness, be sure what you eat, be sure what you drink. That is the important thing. But having said that, the disease itself is not really a matter of urofecal. It's a matter of contact, okay, especially with the body fluid.
Hello, good morning. Okay, continue, doctor.
Okay, the treatment we are talking about, the drug available for now is ribavirin, and the other ones are supportive. This drug will be both for the patient and also as a prophylaxis.
Okay, let us take this to God. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us on Good Morning Abia. Okay, Mr. Eusebio, thank you. Where are you calling from?
I want to
Thank you very much. You had it.
Yes, thank you very much. It is true. The ASEPA, they have not been that maximally up in doing when it comes to the last Saturday. You see hips everywhere for those that have even volunteered to come and do the sanitation exercise. At the end of it, you now expect government to now come and take these things away. And you see them there sometimes up to, say 3 days, sometimes up to 1 week.
Yes.
That's it. In fact, the one of last month, if you go some of the rooms in Abia, they are still there okay, until another end of Saturday we will join it. So he's absolutely right. One can only beg the government through the agency, through ASEPA, to please become a proper refuse disposal agency and not a dispersal agency, because sometimes when they carry this thing, they distribute it as they are going. No vaccine. A lot of research is going into it to see whether there could be a vaccine, but for now there is no vaccine. And then the secret to surviving, the permanent secretary mentioned it, but people may not have heard it, so let me re-echo it. That the secret to surviving is early presentation. If you can present within 2 days of the fever,
48 hours.
Yes, 2 days of the fever, you have a high chance, a high prognostic factor that you will survive. But when you start coming when there is already hemorrhage, there is already bloody diarrhea, there is already puffiness, then it becomes difficult for you to come out of it. And at that time, the infectivity is high. You can see the doctor have died just because of coming in contact with his patient in the line of his primary duty, which is to help and treat people. So the key, both to everybody, to your loved ones, to your children, is to present early. If you have tried to treat your malaria and your malaria has not gone, please, it is not malaria, it is not typhoid. Go to the experts. Let us run some tests. The test for Lassa fever is just a drop of blood. Okay, it's just a chemical, you drop it, what we call ELISA, enzyme-linked immunosorbent acid. Then, just like the test for HIV, that's just what it is. It's an enzyme-linked immunosorbent acid. So, ELISA test. We do it, and if it is negative, fine. Then we know that probably your malaria is the stubborn type.
Yes.
And then we can bombard you with a higher drug. But it is worse when you don't come. After 2 days of fever, come. Insist that the doctor should include a test for Lassa. And it's better it comes out negative. Then we know we are sure. And everybody is sure. You yourself, you are sure. We now concentrate on malaria or typhoid or even hepatitis. That's another thing. People mix it up with hepatitis and so on. So if you have hepatitis that doesn't go, come. It could be Ebola. It could be Lassa. That is what we are preaching. So the Lassa fever has no vaccination for now. The vaccination is the ability for you to say, please, I want to be tested. That's the vaccination. For now, please, I want to be tested. You are tested and it's not there. When I say I want to be tested, please don't abuse the process. It is when you have fever and you're sure I have this fever. It's not a routine screening.
Yes.
Before people start coming, let me go and screen myself. No, it is not a screening exercise. But we are talking of those who have fever that have lasted 2 days. 2 days, clear 48 hours, and it's not going. You come. That one is not screening. That one will test you and then we can.
Okay, where can one go and conduct this test?
Okay, in Nigeria, we have what we call centers for Lassa fever tests and so on. The one nearest to us is Abia, because like we said, Abia is almost the headquarters of Lassa in Nigeria.
Yes.
Lassa fever. So there is one where they have practically everything about Lassa. In these are national centers at the Federal University Teaching Hospital at Abia. Then you have in Iwa, that is Edo State. The that is the Iwa Specialist Hospital. That is another national center. Then you have in Owo. These are the three, or I think it's Ogun State. These are the three national centers. If you go there, if you see the amount of WHO, federal government, manpower, equipment that is there, you buy. But here in Abia, FMC is there, and luckily they were able to start managing only by the patient came in at a very low stage. Otherwise, it could have been salvaged. So people can go to FMC and if they have fever lasting more than 3 days, you can come to the teaching hospital, Abia State. The community health physicians are there waiting. You can also, like I said, at the general hospital about here. In fact, in 2018, when we had that massive outbreak in Nigeria, the general hospital, we even built quarantine area where the patient himself or herself will be treated. A lot of things was put in there at the general hospital, and I don't think that within 1 year and that it will have been dismantled. So people can go to Abia General Hospital and also get themselves screen. Well, I don't want to use the word screen, tested for and it will be there. So these are the places: FMC Maya, Teaching Hospital Abia, and General Hospital Abia. If you go there, you can be tested for. But it's not a frivolous test.
Yes.
Don't just go there and say I want to be tested. It's not a joke thing.
Okay, Doctor, before we draw the curtain on today's edition of Good Morning Abia, I want you to talk to Abians again on the need not to panic, because I'm sure that most Abians are worried, taking into account the outbreak of the disease. So I want you once again to talk to our people.
Okay. My people in Abia State, it's true that we've had a recorded case of Lassa fever, more like a bad New Year gift, but we will not succumb to it. Challenges are there. It is left for us to tackle it head on. We lost the patient, quite alright, and a doctor who was managing also had lost her life. But all that can be done, both by government and man, have been put in place, and there is really no need for anybody to panic about the situation. It is being contained. And the Center for Disease Control, all the way national from Abuja, and with supportive agencies from Lagos are here in Abia State, and they are all helping to contain it. All the contacts that are known, as at the last hour, about 30 of them, are in good health, and they are being, if you remember, I said 21 days. After 21 days, if there is no serious sign, they will be all allowed to go home to their families and so on, but they will be at least there for 3 weeks, 21 days. So there is really no need for any panic. What we should panic about is the environmental deterioration, the unhealthy environment we live in. That is the one that we should actually panic, and that is where we want government to come in, make this issue of, in fact, declare a state of war on health and on environmental cleanliness in Abia State. And I think if we do that, we would have chased back all the rats into the sea, and then Abia will be free of Lassa fever.
Dr. Kocha, we cannot thank you enough for coming this morning to sensitize our people on what to do regarding the outbreak of Lassa fever in the state. Dr. Kocha is saying that there is no need to panic, but there are certain things you must have to do to ensure that we do not get the disease. You must clean your environment. You don't have to wait for the last Saturday of every month to engage in sanitation. Imbibe the culture of hand washing. Hand washing may be the difference between life and death in some cases. And also cover all your food stuff as of now and always. If you do that, I want to tell you that we are not going to have another death as a result of Lassa fever in Abia State. Dr. Onya, thank you for coming.
It's my pleasure.
God bless you.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. At this point, we are going to take a break, and when we come back, Good Morning Abia continues. Stay tuned.
MCLTV Aba na-eweta ihe omume ọgbakọ ụmụaka pụrụ iche akpọrọ nnọkọ ụmụaka nke ha na Chinyere Chibula nọkọ. Sonyere anyị na ihe omume a dịka ụmụaka ga-egosipụta nke ha ji bụrụ na-eso asụsụ Igbo. A na-agbasa ihe omume a na MCLTV Channel 1 kwa ụbọchị Satọde niile malite n'elekere 11 ruo elekere 12 nke ehihie. A ga-egosigharị ya ọzọ n'ụbọchị Mọnde niile n'elekere 4 nke uhuruchi. Nnọkọ ụmụaka, olu ụmụaka maka ọdịmma asụsụ Igbo.
Do not deface Abia State with posters. Do not defecate on our streets. Do not litter Abia State.
My brothers, I say wetin man go do for this world wey people no go talk. If you chop,
Do not urinate in public places.
you no chop, dem go talk. Wetin make you do for this world? I say make we go do the things wey we carry for heart. Na so one want am. Abi no be so?
Keep Abia State clean. This message is brought to you by MCL TV.
One-stop breakfast show on TV.
Welcome back. This is Good Morning Abia, and this is where we draw the curtain on today's edition of Good Morning Abia. I hope you enjoyed our program. We talked about the outbreak of Lassa fever in Abia State, and a medical expert is saying that there is no need to panic, and he said that we should keep our environment clean. Let us imbibe the good culture of hand washing and of course covering all our foodstuffs. And with that, we have come to the end of today's edition. I want to thank you for being part of today's package. If you have enjoyed our program, join us tomorrow for another interesting edition. My name is Chimezie Ozems. Good morning.